This is the worst setback in Gervonta Davis's career. Just when it seemed like boxing couldn't get any wilder, Gervonta "Tank" Davis, one of the sport's most feared knockout artists, has just been arrested, and the reason is shocking. He's now caught up in a fight-fixing scandal linked to his recent controversial bout with Lamont Roach. That's right. The same fight that had the entire boxing world crying robbery has now put Tank in serious legal trouble. Fans were already calling the decision a disgrace, but now there's real talk that the fight may have been rigged. And the worst part? There's reportedly a money trail leading straight back to Tank.
Rules that he didn't get hit with a punch. He didn't turn his back like he wanted to quit. It's just like when you get a thumb in the eye, it's a foul.
He did turn his eye. He did turn his back.
But he didn't turn his back like he was going to quit, like you've seen some guys turning. He obviously mentioned that he had something in his eye, and it wasn't from a punch. It was time in between the shots. I think that by the time he wanted that, or he took a knee. But I think in the rules it states that you're allowed to do that. If you go back and you read some of the rules, I know a lot of people are complaining about it, but I think it was upheld in New York that it was okay for him to do that. I think part of the rules state that it was okay. As a coach on the other side, I would have been.
Yeah. Of course, right? Of course.
I would have thrown a fit.
But it doesn't stop there. As if this wasn't already a nightmare, the man who once built Gervonta up, Floyd Mayweather, has now completely turned his back on him. Floyd just broke his silence on this whole mess. And let's just say he's not defending Tank this time. In fact, he's making it clear that this could be the end of Gervonta Davis. So what really happened? Did Tank throw the fight? Was there dirty money involved? And what exactly did Floyd say that has fans convinced Gervonta's career is over for good? Let's break it all down. The latest reports are absolutely insane. Sources claim that Gervonta Davis is being investigated for his alleged role in a fight-fixing scandal, one that could shake the entire sport of boxing to its core.
No, I'm gonna do me. I'm gonna do me regardless. I told him to leave his mom's and, the people home, and he still brung them. It's crazy, man. It's gonna get bad. It's gonna get bad, man. But, it's all love. He been talking a little too much, too. I've been peeping, so, it's close, so we'll see Saturday night.
I mean, he said he feels like you've been talking a little bit too much. What do you take away from that? And do you feel that you have been talking a little too much, or is it just more of a confidence that, I know what I can do?
Yeah, what I'm supposed to say when they ask me questions. What I'm supposed to say?
Yeah.
Oh, he going to do, like, normally 9 times out of 10, the questions start with, oh, Tank's a knockout power puncher, blase, blase. What are you going to do? Yeah, what? Yeah. I'm going to say what I got to say. I know what I can do. That's what I'm supposed to.
You bring your mother?
She right there. You ain't hear her ask, why the fuck was you leave me?
What?
I mean, that's just out her mouth, straight up.
Why you bring her?
What you mean why I bring her? She love to see me whoop ass. See? I mean, yeah, what you ain't too shy saying what you gonna do, right?
I am now.
You are now?
Yeah.
Why?
Mom Dukes right there.
Nah. It's all right.
But hold up, what exactly is Tank being accused of? Well, it all started when investigators uncovered suspicious betting patterns on some of his recent fights. We're talking about last-minute odd shifts, insiders placing massive bets, and fights ending in ways that raised eyebrows. And his latest bout with Lamont Roach? Yeah, that one really set off alarms. Going into Gervonta Davis versus Lamont Roach, everyone thought this was just another easy payday for Tank. Let's be real, he's a knockout machine. The guy has been steamrolling opponents for years, and hardly anyone gave Roach a chance. The odds were stacked against him, and even the commentators were already discussing who Tank would fight next before the opening bell rang. But then, Lamont Roach stepped in with no fear and flipped the script on the entire boxing world. From the first bell, he was pushing forward, outworking Tank, and landing more shots. This wasn't supposed to happen. Tank was expected to dominate, but instead, he looked uncomfortable. And the biggest shock? The numbers don't lie. According to CompuBox, Roach threw more punches and landed more clean shots than Tank over 12 rounds. He wasn't just surviving. He was straight up taking the fight to one of the most feared punchers in the sport. By the later rounds, the momentum had completely shifted. Tank was still dangerous, but he was getting outboxed, and his frustration was written all over his face.
Clearly in there, man. I thought I won. I thought I did enough to get the victory over a spectacular fighter. I told y'all from the beginning, man, that I got the skills to pay the bills. I've been telling y'all that. And I'm just glad I got to show it, honestly. I'm glad I got to show it. I appreciate, like I said before, I appreciate true boxing media. Some guys that didn't count me out. So that's just how I feel, man. I think I won. And, I can't wait to do it again. I can't wait to...
Then came the 9th round, and that's when things took a shocking turn. Gervonta Davis took a knee. Yes, you heard that right. Tank, the so-called knockout king, voluntarily dropped to one knee in the middle of the fight. Now, in boxing, taking a knee usually signals a fighter is hurt, needs time to recover, or is outright giving up. But when Tank did it, something strange happened. The referee didn't even start a count. He just let it happen.
I got the
He ain't doing nothing. He ain't doing nothing. Show these niggas tank. Show these niggas tank. Every time I'm down, he's up here tank.
So what was Tank's excuse after the fight? He claimed that grease from his hair got into his eye, and he had to wipe it off. Now, let's be real. If that were any other boxer, the referee would have started a count immediately. In boxing, if a fighter willingly takes a knee, it's ruled a knockdown. No debate, no discussion, that's the rule. But for some reason, Tank got a free pass, and that only added more fuel to the controversy.
I wasn't relying on that. I was relying on what I was doing in there. I think I was taking control. I think I was landing more shots. I think I was landing more power shots. And I thought I was doing my thing. So I'm not really that frustrated about that.
For some reason, referee Steve Willis just let Tank stand up and continue like nothing even happened. No count, no warning, just business as usual. And that only made the situation even more suspicious.
I told y'all in every single interview, this whole press run, when the fight got announced, I put belt to ass. And you can see that's what I do.
Lamont, you threw more punches and you landed more punches than Tank. How were you able to do this tonight?
What'd I just tell you? I'm him. I'm telling you that. I'm one of the best fighters in the world, man. And it showed tonight. He probably wasn't welling when he said the grease got in his eye, but if you voluntarily take a knee and the rest start counting, it should be a knockdown. If that's a knockdown, I win the fight. So, I mean, it is what it is. I'm not banking on that knockdown to win. I just thought I pulled it out.
What happens next?
Shit, I hope we can run it back. I want to run it back for sure. I hope y'all enjoyed yourself. And, thanks for coming out. Thanks for supporting me. Thanks for loving me. Thanks for hating me. I'll be right back on this same very stage again, like I belong.
Congratulations, Lamont. A breakthrough performance. Really putting your name out there.
Thank you.
Let's send it back to ringside and more.
Everyone saw it. The commentators, the fans, even Tank's own corner knew exactly what had just happened. The crowd erupted. People were screaming at their TVs, and social media went into a full-blown meltdown. How do you just ignore that? And just when it seemed like things couldn't get any more suspicious, Tank's trainer, Calvin Ford, stormed into the ring mid-round. That should have been an instant disqualification. No coach is ever allowed to enter the ring during a live round. Ever. But what did the referee do? Nothing. No warning, no point deduction, no disqualification. He just let it slide. At this point, fans weren't just questioning the officiating. They were outright calling it corruption. Boxing has seen plenty of controversies, but this isn't just about bad judging or shady commissions. This is about a world champion allegedly throwing fights on purpose.
It was a good night for the sport. Didn't get what the decision I want, but we didn't get a loss either, so I felt like I won it, the last couple rounds, so it's cool. Lamont is a great fighter. Hopefully I could get that rematch because I know what I can do in a fight, but it's cool.
Tank, how much does it hurt to have the draw on your record now? And do you think it's going to stand as some sort of like renewed motivation for you, like the guys were saying, as you proceed through these next couple fights?
Yeah, it just put, food to the fire and things like that, fuel to the fire, but it's cool. It's cool. The draw is okay. It's all right. You know what I mean? You live and you learn. I definitely could have. That was on me, too. That was on me for sure. Because I ain't pick it up when I supposed to pick it up. And I could have definitely did more.
Now, Floyd Mayweather wasn't going to stay quiet about this. We all know Floyd and Tank have had a complicated relationship. Floyd was the one who brought Tank into the spotlight, built him up, and put him in a position to become a superstar. But things between them started falling apart when Tank left Mayweather Promotions. What was once a mentor-student relationship quickly turned into tension, and since then, Floyd hasn't held back when it comes to criticizing Tank's decisions.
What dirt? What's the name of it?
I'm not sure you got your people. Y'all all stepping, huh?
Bring it, man.
Nigga, where Derek at? I don't know.
He don't like
Frank. What that mean?
I love lemon. I don't like Floyd, motherfucker.
No, you don't. EJ do the trash talk, make you miss.
And ever since then, Floyd has been taking shots at him, whether it's questioning his discipline, his decisions, or even his performances in the ring. But this time, Floyd is going for the kill. In a recent interview, he was asked about Tank's arrest, and instead of defending his former protege, he completely buried him. Boxing is a business, but when you start messing with the integrity of the sport, it's over, Floyd said. People trusted him, fans believed in him, and now he's finished. The man who built an empire on being undefeated and keeping boxing clean just made it clear he thinks Tank's career is done.
When I say certain things, they say, oh, he's hating. There's no different from when I talked about the thing with Gervonta, for instance. When I said that I need all fighters. I said I need all the young fighters that's making money in the sport of boxing. What I need you guys to do is do this. Brother, it's Chrome Heart, Gucci, Louis, Mercedes. We need to take our money and invest in real estate so that we can live that same great life when our careers are over. So I guess that he took it as, he's the only one that wears Chrome Heart. He's the only one that wears Gucci. He's the only one that wears Louis Vuitton. He's the only one that drives a Mercedes. And last time I checked, we got fighters all around the world that wear top flight clothes that make.
And let's be real, when Floyd says something like that, people listen. But is he just talking, or does he know something we don't? Because in another interview, he hinted that he saw this coming. I've been in this sport my whole life. I know when something isn't right. Trust me, I've seen it coming. Hear me out. Lamont Roach and his team are not backing down. After witnessing one of the biggest robberies in boxing history unfold right before their eyes, they've made one thing clear. They're taking this fight to court. Roach's lawyer, Greg Smith, has already fired off a legal letter to the New York State Athletic Commission, demanding that the fight result be overturned. In the letter, Smith made it clear that Roach was the rightful winner and that Nysak's handling of the situation was completely unacceptable. And can you blame them? Roach didn't just hold his own against Gervonta Davis. He beat him. He landed more punches, outworked Tank, and had him on the ropes multiple times. That 9th-round knee should have sealed the deal. But instead, corruption, incompetence, or both allowed Davis to walk away with his undefeated record intact. Now, Roach and his team are suing Nysak for this blatant robbery, and they're ready to take this fight as far as it needs to go to get justice.
Second time around, he gonna come guns blazing. And that's really when it's gonna be.
And get this, Nysak has already admitted that they made multiple mistakes. They acknowledged that their instant replay system malfunctioned and couldn't be used properly. Plus, the referee failed to recognize a clear knockdown, and Calvin Ford should have never been allowed to interfere mid-fight. But even after admitting all of that, they're still letting the draw stand. So what does this mean for Tank? Well, let's just say things are not looking good. With his recent arrest over fight-fixing allegations and Nysak's mistakes being exposed, there's a very real chance that he could be suspended from boxing. If investigators find any evidence that this fight was tampered with, Tank could lose his boxing license entirely, and that would be the biggest fall from grace boxing has seen in years. Gervonta Davis might have walked away with his undefeated record intact, but his legacy is hanging by a thread. Lamont Roach shocked the world by pushing him to his absolute limit, and if Nysak had done their job right, Tank would have taken his first loss, no debate. But here's the real question. Is this the end of Gervonta Davis? Will the lawsuit, the controversy, and his arrest completely ruin his career, or will he somehow escape this mess and come back stronger? Let me know what you think in the comments. Is Tank finished? Did Roach get robbed? And most importantly, should this fight have been ruled a DQ loss for Davis? That's all I have for you today. Make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next update. I'll see you in the next one.